Hello, Aquarius, Aquarius rising, and all kinds of Aquariuses. This is a reading for you for September 2019. I hope you are well. Um, I am well, and I am Aquarius Sun. So it's also about me, and I like it a lot, what I see here. Um, thing is, this reading, I was doing it in my native language first, so I already know what's going on here. Let's see. What are the messages for us for September 2019? The first card, the first two cards I have, this is the background energy. What do we have here? We have the Fool, and we have, but the main energy is the Fool. Gonna light up something, okay. Here in this deck, this is Starman Tarot, by the way. This card is called the Sacred Clown. So, someone who doesn't consider himself, herself very seriously. And someone who is onto the new path, like a new sun rising. And the path is full of surprises and perhaps errors, but also there are gems to be gained if you act in a very cautious and intelligent way. And there is always, as always with the energy of the Fool, you never know what you're going to meet on the new way. So it is a risk and it is an adventure, which, you know, it may make you happy, but you can also fail. But that's the spirit of a new path, that you don't know what you're going to meet. You don't know what's going to happen. You start anew. You've never been here before. It's a new territory. And you're like great conqueror, explorer. I think you are eager to do this, but also you are quite thoughtful about this. Two of Wands together with this Fool tells me that there is this notion of planning, perhaps stopping for a while, looking at circumstances, looking at possibilities, and searching for the right way, because there are many ways you can take. As a Fool, you don't see a goal. You just take your first step. But which way to go? Who to take with you? That's the question here. So there's a lot of consideration together with this vibe of new energy here. I like it a lot, I have to say. And I generally love the reading. The heart of your reading. What's the most important thing? You have Prince of Pentacles, which again tells us about planning and being cautious, perhaps, and having things grounded on your way, and thinking in material ways, thinking in a very grounded way. Prince of Pentacles is the one who travels the most slowly. He's the slowest of the knights, the slowest of the princes. But he always achieves his goal. That's the difference between princes. Prince of Wands, for example, he usually changes his goal along the way, many times, many times. This one, of course, he can change something within the plan, but generally he sticks to it. If there are major changes in the environment, he sees it and he takes it into consideration. So perhaps the plan also, the goal can change in a way, but usually he's the most stable. He's the one who's very consistent in whatever he's doing. So that's the most important thing here, to be consistent in what you're doing. You don't have to be in a hurry. I love this reading because as you would see later, it speaks about things that are important but not urgent. And how do you cope with them? Do you even do them? Because sometimes we are so much caught between things that are urgent and important and things that are not urgent and not important that we don't see and don't do anything else. And it's like traveling on a lemniscat symbol, this infinity symbol. I'm either doing things that are important and urgent, and when I don't, I just take my time, leisure time, and watch Netflix, for example, right? But there is this area of things that are not urgent, but very important to self-realization. And I think this reading is very much about these things, that they are crying and wailing and asking you to take care of them. And now you have great opportunity to do that. All right? So be consistent in whatever you start. Be on your way. Take the first step and then another. And then you can stop and look around and see where you are and then take another step. Be sure that this is the way you want to go. Okay? As for past, present, future continuum, we have lots of pentacles here again. For the past, we have 7 of pentacles. So, whatever you were doing, whatever you were materializing, there is this question, was it worthy? Is it worthy? Perhaps you were waiting too long for something to grow. We have a scene that is similar to Little Prince of Saint-Exupéry. He had his rose, little rose, and it was the center of the world for him. But the truth is that there's so much more than the single rose. There's so much more than a single carnation. I don't know if it's a carnation or a rose. Doesn't matter really. This flower. It may be important, it may be beautiful, but it's tiny. And there is this whole world behind you. And perhaps it's time to look around and see, oh, there are plenty of things I can do. Perhaps not instead of taking care of the flower, but along with this. But this card asks you about priorities. What are you waiting for? What is so absorbing that you're still here? And is there a way to interest you somehow by something? And for you to really look around and see the great intricacy and abundance in the world that goes far beyond the single flower. What I love about this reading is, apart from that it contains so many pentacles, so many things that are material, so many things that are palpable, that it contains Queen of Swords in the present position. And that's definitely you, Aquarius. Queen of Swords. She sees very clearly. And I couldn't imagine a better card here, because as the next card we have Ace of Pentacles. So she is one who will see opportunity in the future. She is the one who can see that whatever is so important here may be not as important as we think. She is the one who can discern, is it worthy to pull some energy up from here into this new endeavor that is appearing? And it's very promising. And usually when I do the monthlies, I don't feel that they are very important. But this one is massive. Perhaps because it is for September, and September is the start of a new year numerologically. This Ace of Pentacles is massive. That's the feeling I'm having here. It may be something of a great value in the future, perhaps in a very far future, I would say, in 10 years. If you pull some energy out of something you were waiting for very long, perhaps you were waiting with the start of this for very long, but now you really need to stream this energy into this new thing when it appears, and it will appear and you will see it as Queen of Swords. And you will be able to hold, to withhold, no, to, what's the word? Embrace, to embrace the truth here. Even if you spend very much time holding on to this, you will be able to embrace the truth that perhaps it wasn't worthy, or perhaps I need to change the proportions between things I'm doing in my life. As I said, not only jumping from what's important and urgent to something that is not important and not urgent, but taking great chunk, great or small, I don't know, I recommend great, but some chunk of time and putting it into this quadrant of things that are very important but not urgent. And this will bring great things in the future. That's the feeling I have. So be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. And that's quite enough. You don't have to speak the truth to anybody here. I think it's about speaking the truth to yourself and being very, right in the face to yourself. It doesn't mean you have to be mean to yourself. No, it's not what I mean. All right. Next thing around is the probable outcome. And we have Princess of Cups, which is very refreshing. It's like opening your heart and being very innocent and being curious of the world. So this shift in attention, this shift in energy here for the new thing will make you, yes, like a child, but it's a very sweet child. It's someone who seeks for knowledge and experience and new feelings. And you will be like that. So be ready to embrace this fresh energy of Princess of Cups. What is recommended, and I love it. By the way, Libra had exactly the same cards here. So earth signs probably are for some kind of new beginning in their life now. Ace of Cups is recommended here, which is great. It goes very well together with this Ace of Pentacles and with the Fool and with the Princess of Cups. So it says, be open, be receiving, because something is going to be given to you here from the universe. If you keep your channel open, if you don't close yourself to new things that are not obvious probably. Out of these cards, I'm going to tell you later, but I have the feeling that it may be something connected with your family past, with something that your grandma or grandfather or mother or father or some other relative older than you was doing. It may be a craft of some kind, for example, that was long forgotten in your family, and now you're coming back to it. This has definitely, this new thing, new opportunity, it has roots in the past for you. And you need to stay open in order to receive this knowledge that is already, I think it's already present in the area of your family. In this, I don't know how do you say it in English. The pool of energy of your family, it's already present, so be open to it. What's not recommended is Five of Pentacles, and it's thinking in a way of lack of something. It's thinking in a poor way. You think there's poverty in your life, that you need this and this in order to start. No, that's not the way how it works. Focus on what is. Focus on what is positive. And it's so clearly depicted in this picture You can see people here, and they are kind of dissolving, disappearing, sitting by the garbage can, eating some scraps probably, and generally being like in the slums of some kind. And they are cut off by the thin line of barbed wire, I think. And there is a world of plenty above. And it's just a matter of perspective. If you look up, you will see this and you will go to it because you can. They don't have to sit here. This barbed wire isn't high enough to keep them off this. They are keeping themselves off this. Their attitude is keeping them off. So don't be in it. Just don't, even if you were for some time. Now is the time to shift energy into what is possible, what is worthy, what is positive in the world around me. Don't stick to what is negative and what is away and what is the lack in your life. You will always find a lack of something. You will always find the hole in the hole. Don't do that. There is wholeness here, great abundance. Be open to it. Just be open to it. Okay, so great message for September. Now for oracle cards. I'm gonna speak very quickly about them. We have masculine energy for your how do you feel, what's your health. So there's again great amount of active energy present here, and you can use it in a very positive way with this reading, and I like it very much. Of course, pay attention to balance it with feminine energy. Don't forget about feminine energy, because masculine energy left alone is very soaring and hot and probably not very fertile. But if you mix it with feminine energy, you have peak performance, absolutely. And the other card for this area of your life is Kookaburra, which is amusement. So there's lots of joy and laughter this month possible for you. I would say don't take yourself very seriously. Laugh at the world and laugh at yourself. It's going to make you lighter and it's going to make you feel much, much better. As for abundance around you, you have lower world, and this is what I was talking about these roots in your family of this new thing. I'm going to read it to you. The lower world holds the hidden treasures of humanity. It's a place of rich and fruitful darkness where we can find the deserved parts of ourselves and the abandoned aspects of our psyches. The lower world is the place of our ancestors, where we discover the gifts and lessons from the past. It is the realm of the collective unconscious. Here we can meet our demons and transform them into pure energy, our source of personal power. What else? It is time to honor your past and recast your life as a heroic quest of the sacred clown. Yes, indeed. As you journey into the lower world, you will be offered all the gifts of your ancestors. That's why I was telling that this Ace of Pentacles comes from the past, probably. Okay? Their struggles, the way they hurt, the way they lived, and the way they died will become blessings for you. So, great opportunity. And lower world, for me, indicates also this material things. That's why I think it's some kind of skill, something you do with your hands. It doesn't have to be, but for the majority, I think it is. As for your life, love life, let your feathers glow. It's funny. It's funny because when I was doing this reading in Polish, I read it as grow. And I said to myself, okay, perhaps you need time. This was going very well with Prince of Pentacles, that is not very hasty. But it's let your feathers glow. So be beautiful. Make yourself beautiful. Use colorful clothes. Show yourself. You are beautiful as a bird, as a colibri perhaps, or Fisher King is, I think, the most beautiful bird in my country. So let them glow. Let yourself be seen by others in whole your beauty. And the last one, and I had thrills when I pulled it out because I was thinking about precisely this card. You have White Witch. This is the position, the most mysterious one, I think, and it talks about the way, the path of your life. And the White Witch says, be the light. Be the light, Aquarius. Take the higher road and choose the light. Remove yourself from lower energy experiences. Know that you are being encouraged to shine the light you were born to share, because the world needs it very much. This is the maiden aspect of goddess, triple goddess. So perhaps she's not so experienced, but she trusts the elders, and she also trusts her intuition. And that's what you should do this month, and bring the light and cast the light onto the world, because the world needs it. All right, Aquarius, thank you very much for your time and attention. I hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful month, and I hope I see you next month. Bye.